What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about this Gina Carano situation and how she has been effectively canceled by the industry due to a post she put on Instagram. And I believe, okay, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, it was her comparing today's SJWs, y'all know the people who's been trolling her for the last year or so, people who've been complaining about her, and these fake woke feminists, right? Comparing them to the type of people, right, that would basically go and get Jews, help get Jews rounded up by those people, right? And it made the fake outrage towards her even worse, because she's somebody that has never been afraid to speak her mind on certain things, even though she has never really said anything that harmed or hurt anyone. So because you have somebody who did her job, who posted what she felt like was on her mind, just like all the other woke Disney or DC employees who get on social media, y'all know the people, right, involved in comics, involved in the entertainment industry, who voice their opinions about the previous administration, who would say some of the worst things a human being could possibly say. They weren't punished for it. But when you are more right-leaning, like she may have seemed to, even though I don't really care. I don't care whether you're left-leaning or right-leaning. You have a right to your opinion as long as you're not saying anything that is outrageous. Now, this latest post that she put on IG, talking about those people, the N-words, and I'm not talking about that ends in ER. I'm talking about that ends in the IS. Okay? Those people, right? She put up the post, and from what I get from it is that she's saying that basically social media is a place that tries to ruin people's lives. Like there were Germans that tried to ruin, if they found out, the lives of Jews back in that particular time. We'll basically inform on them, rat them out. That's what you have going on social media. This is why people wonder why I don't get on here and put all my business out here, put my face out here. Why would I do that? Why would I put my face out here with these lunatics on social media? Social media is full of mentally unstable people whose lives suck. It's going to continue to suck. All right? They're going to continue to have a terrible life. Social media has given them an outlet to harass and berate other people. That's why I say you shouldn't be on social media unless it was due to what you did professionally. But social media ain't what it was 5 or 6 years ago. It has become highly political. Highly political. The last 4 years proved that. Cancel culture has proven it. Now with Gina Carano, not only did she get fired from the Mandalorian. By the way, I will no longer be needing my Disney Plus subscription, because that was the only reason why I was on Disney Plus anyway. So there will be no reason to have that subscription anymore. She got dropped by her talent agency. This is a woman who has done nothing to nobody. You look at the things that she has said. Other people have said it, but because she has been targeted And I think she put that post up in frustration due to the people who have been trolling her, who've been trying to get her fired, the people in Lucasfilm, because there is a back and forth going on, right? You got the people that want Star Wars to go in the right direction, and then you got those people who want to destroy it because they destroy everything around them until there's nothing left, until there's no one else to go at. And finally, it seemed like Lucasfilm was going in the right direction. But now all of a sudden, those crazy people inside Lucasfilm who want to make it into about gender, they want to make everything into an identity, everything about your ethnicity, even though I don't see a lot of black people getting anything from Star Wars. It's just a virtue signal. For years, these Caucasian liberals who have been going at Gina Carano trying to use race, they care nothing about black people. None of these liberals, none of these woke feminists care anything about black people. They weaponize melanated people to fit their agenda. And then once they've done that, they toss melanated people to the side. And I wish a lot of melanated people understood this, but they don't, because they're cowards, because they're so desperate for validation from Caucasian people. So they'll go along with being used and then tossed away like yesterday's trash. And they don't even realize it. Well, they realize it once they're not a part of the team. It's like that infamous photo where the Huffington Post, I think, put their editorial team, I believe. They put a photo of them. This was a couple of years ago. And the room was full of Caucasian women. There was not one minority in sight. And this was a couple of years ago. But those same women get on social media every day weaponizing melanated people to their benefit. Diversity equals Caucasian liberal women. That's it. Or the Transformers. That's what it represents. But they're also Caucasian as well. Okay, they call everybody's Caucasian. So I just hope people understand Gina Carano didn't deserve this. I think she's above Disney, to be honest with you, the people running it anyway. Because she's shown more class than the people who are under Kathleen Kennedy at Lucasfilm, the leadership at Disney, which is not showing a backbone whatsoever. But I will say this. I have to be fair. They should have instituted a policy with all of their employees that said, hey, you can't get on social media and say this, that, and the third, or you will be terminated. But they didn't do that. You know why? Because a lot of the people who are working there, especially with Lucasfilm and even parts of Disney, they have TDS. They've had TDS. They still got TDS. So they couldn't tell them to back down because they all agree with each other politically. So they couldn't institute a policy. I'm pretty sure if they would have instituted a policy, Gina Carano would have listened, because that's one of the things I'm seeing. They're like, she may have went against their rules, or, there are just certain things that you can't say on social media. I agree. Listen, if Gina Carano would have came to me and asked me, do you think I should post this? I would have said, no, don't post that. You're already under a microscope. Don't post nothing about Jews and, WW2. Don't do it, because they're going to use this against you. They have been licking their chops to get rid of you. Don't give them that ammunition. But because they have been trolling this woman, berating this woman for months, I think she had her breaking point. Because we don't know what goes on behind the scene. We don't know what messages she's getting. There might be people, other blue check marks that are going at her. We don't know. But she's shown to have more of a backbone than a lot of these males. She's shown more toughness than a lot of these males who buckle, who bend the knee, who are weak, who are cowards. And that is the sad part. We can say whatever we want about female nature. What about the women that show more fortitude than the males? And let me say this too. Twitter is a cesspool. Twitter has ruined countless companies. It has ruined people's lives and reputations. And the fact that Twitter is allowed to still function, doing all this, lets you know that it has been a weapon, especially over the last 4 years. And it has become a monster that they cannot control anymore. Because not only are people who are right-leaning catching the heat, there are people left-leaning as well. Because these people don't know any boundaries. So just because you think something benefits you, eventually it's going to come for you too. It's going to come for you too. You're not going to be immune to it. You may think you will be, but you won't. You're going to get caught up in that tsunami sooner or later. These people are mentally disturbed. They're mentally disturbed. They get on social media every day for therapy because, again, their life sucks. But their life will continue to suck because these people are some of the worst human beings possible. And if you're cheerleading this, you're no different than the people that she was talking about. You're just like what she's talking about. Now, again, would I advise her to have posted that? No. There are many ways of getting your points across without going back to WW2. Because once again, they're looking for any reason to get rid of you. They're looking for any reason to destroy you. You cannot allow them to do so. I'm about freedom. I'm about people being able to live their life the way that they want to. I don't want people to be silenced. Even if I disagree with you, you have every right, okay, to speak your mind as long as it's not something that is detrimental, as long as you're not calling for citing any, harm to anybody. You have the right to say whatever it is that you want to say. I don't think that you should be kicked off platforms. I just don't think that that's the right move. It isn't the right move. And going back to Gina Carano, again, I would have advised her not to put that up. But we don't know what's going on with her. This woman has been getting trolled relentlessly for months. And you already got this conflict going on in Lucasfilm with the people that want to ruin Lucasfilm, and you got the people that want to save Lucasfilm. And she was a casualty of that, unfortunately.